everyone, thank you for clicking to watch. I'm Brit for those who are new, and I wanted to do a video about all the things that I used during the first 3 months of my daughter's life. Some of the things she liked, some of the things she didn't like, and just give you my honest opinion on what I think about the items and so forth. So before I go rambling on about anything, let's get into this video. Again, like I said before, my daughter, she's almost about 4 months. So for the first 3 months, I just monitored everything that I gave her, I used on her, and so forth. The first thing that I wanted to talk about that I used a lot, mainly when she was like 1 month, was this nose cleaner, and it's called the Nose Frida, and this is the best thing smoking. It is so much better than that bald thing that we used to use in the past. This is so much better because for one, you get to see what you're sucking out of your baby's nose, and for two, I think even though this thing is a little big for infants, it really is a great product. Like, this is how it looks, and you put this red part in your mouth, and you take this tube and put it in your baby's, like, by their nostril, wherever they have a boogie or whatever, and you just suck and suck until it comes out. And you can see once it comes out, so you don't have to continue to suck and not know what you're sucking out, because some of those bulb things, you can't even tell if you're sucking anything out or not. And to me, this is a lot stronger because you're using your air force to suck it out. So to be honest, this is perfect until your baby is able to blow their nose, to be honest. But this right here is definitely something I would recommend for new moms or moms who are having another baby. Definitely use this. Also, dealing with the nose is this saline mist that I used whenever my daughter had like boogers in her nose. This was really good because I would use this first before I used the nose sucker, because this would mist it. Like, if she had really like dry or clumped up boogers in her nose, I would like mist this in her nose, and literally like 2 seconds later she would sneeze, and a lot of that mucus or boogers would come out of her nose, and with whatever was left, I would use the sucker. So I would definitely recommend this. Any brand I think that is recommended for infants should be fine, but this one is the one that I used, and it worked perfectly. And I've used this a lot, and it still is really full, so definitely recommend this. Also, now with the body and so forth, I would recommend Aveeno for body moisturizing, because I know it's been a lot of controversy with Johnson & Johnson products, even though this is made by Johnson & Johnson. But the everybody knows that main product, like the moisturizer and the body wash. And I noticed when I did use it for like a week on my daughter, that her body for some reason was very dry and peeling, and soon as I started using Aveeno, I noticed no signs of anything with her body. So to me, it's a little more less harsh on their body. And I also have, and I wish I had it with me, I'll put a video right here to show you, but I also purchased the Aveeno eczema cream because I noticed that my daughter's skin is really dry. Not like eczema, but just extremely dry. So when I started using that, I noticed it worked a lot better on her body to keep it moisturized and so forth. So I would recommend that and this when you're moisturizing your baby's body. As you can see, the bottle is almost empty, and I have to get another one. And another thing I also use, I use this on her skin, but mostly on her bum when she gets little rashes after she, takes a poop or so forth. Or, before she goes to bed, I tend to put this on, because throughout the day she really doesn't get any rashes, but she kind of sleeps a long time during the night. So I try to make sure I cover the bases so that she doesn't get a rash. So I tend to use this for her diaper rashes, and it works very well. Now, moving past body stuff, I think I want to show a difference between two things. Now, we have the pajamas that have the buttons, and then we have the pajamas that zip up. And I've come to find that I like these at first, the ones that zip up, because it's easy to, just zoop, zoop, zoop. But I have to say I like the button up ones better. Only because when I change her pamper, I have to take this whole thing off to, change her. But when I put this on her, I only have to unfasten this area of the pajamas and then, change her, and then I just button it back up. So in my opinion, when it comes to pajamas, especially at night when you're tired and you have to wake up maybe 4, 3 in the morning sometimes, and you have to change your baby, I recommend these. I know these are old school and, not everybody's favorite. We want, the fast way. Just zip them out, zip them back up. But I love both, to be honest. But I like these. I know it's going to be like, everybody will be like, no, these are aggravating. But these are my favorite. I just love the button-up ones better. Now, the next thing that I really love that I've been using for the first 3 months is plush blankets. Oh my God, like I be looking for blankets like these for me because they're so soft, and I have literally like 10 of these blankets. Like I even have one right here. This one, oh my goodness, this one is the softest one, and I use this as a throw one on her crib, but this one right here is amazing. It's so soft, and it's just, I love these things. They are just amazing. I try not to use them too much during this time period because it's July right now and it's so hot, and I don't want to overheat her. But when she takes like naps and stuff, I lay this blanket out and I'll lay her on top of it, and she just be knocked out for a long period of time, like 2-3 hours. She'll take a nap when she's laying on one of these. So I definitely recommend these plush blankets for your baby boy or baby girl, because these are just, you want to lay on them with them. That's how soft they are. But yes, I love these blankets. They are so soft. They are just everything. Now, the next thing that I love are these little things. I found these at Target, and they're like little rattles. So the old school rattles where they have the ones you hold in your hand and they shake them. But these actually they have Velcro on them, and you can wrap them around your baby's wrist or their ankle. And when they're moving around, they'll hear the noise and they'll look at it, and then they'll start shaking it again. So I thought this was really interesting and kind of better than the other rattle, in my opinion. And she likes it. I put it on her, and she'll be moving, and she'll shake her arm and start looking at it, and then she'll start shaking it again and get the gist of it and just be playing with it to, occupy her time for a little while. So yeah, I recommend these for your infants in their first 3 months. Something to shake and give them some noise. As far as mommy goes, my favorite item as far as breastfeeding goes is these tank tops that unfasten. Now this one, I wear this all the time. This is a breastfeeding tank top. You just unsnap right here, and then it has a little hole where you can breastfeed. I love these. I wear these throughout the summertime. I have a few, and they're just convenient for moms who breastfeed. This one is kind of dirty. I wore this yesterday, but yeah, I really like these. They, you wear them as regular shirts. You can dress it up, dress it down, whichever way you want. And when you out, you just cannot snap and put your cover on if you that type of mom. This is perfect. I have the bras. I have the, I have the cute ones, the cute bras, the tank tops, everything. Because I'm exclusively breastfeeding. My baby is not taking a bottle, so I have to, whenever on demand she wants to eat, I have to pop my titty out and just and then pop it back in. And so I can't recommend any bottles for you guys. With my other kids, I did like the Dr. Brown bottles and the Tommy Tippy bottles, but she will not take a bottle no matter what kind of milk I put in it. I put breast milk in a bottle and she won't take it. I warm it, she won't take it. I do everything possible to try to get her to take a bottle and she just won't take it. I mean, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not gonna give up or whatever, because when I go back to work and when I have to be away from her for long periods of time, I have to make sure she eats, and I don't want her to starve. So I'm figuring it out. But yeah, I can't recommend a bottle right now because my daughter just won't take a bottle. But I can recommend some nice shirts you guys can wear. But yeah, I do recommend these type of shirts that snap off, snap. I got this from Target too, so yeah, perfect. And another thing that I really like is this play thing. I actually got this from a flea market for $5, but it was brand new, so you couldn't beat that. But it's perfect for your babies that, you know, want to be on tummy time and they want to, you know, learn how to, you know, grab at things and so forth, and you want to occupy your baby's time a little bit while you might be cooking or, you know, folding clothes, washing clothes or whatever. I would recommend this. This is amazing. They have other ones on the market similar to this, but I definitely would recommend this. I put my baby girl in this and she'll stay in this for maybe like 20-30 minutes the most, you know. So babies kind of get restless sometimes when they lay on their back or their stomach for too long of a period. They start to get frustrated and they looking for you to save the day. I put the picture right here. She also has like another play item that I think is really good. It's not like a walker, but she gets to sit upright and it has a play thing all around it, and she can play with each toy. And it, you know, each thing kind of complements her curiosity to learn different things, with ups and downs, spinning, making noise and so forth, shapes and so forth. I like things like that because it keeps them, you know, going and interested and so forth. Now, the next thing that I liked, but now she's starting to roll over a little bit, so she's not going to be able to lay in this no more, but you know, you could use it for something else if you want to. But it's this boppy pillow. When she was an infant, I put this in her all the time, especially when I was like cooking or I had to, you know, wash up or so forth, and I had to like walk away from her for a minute. I would lay her on the middle of the bed, had to make sure she was protected, put her in the middle of the bed, and I would lay her on this boppy, and she kind of would fall asleep herself. But if she was awake, I would turn the TV on and let her watch it while I was like in the shower and so forth. Yeah, but basically this is what I would put her in whenever we would play on the bed or be on the floor and we have like tummy time. Sometimes I would put her on that to give her tummy time, because she tends to like tummy time being leveled instead of flat. So this is also a great item. I think when you want something more soft and plush and you don't want to be having your baby just laying on a hard floor or whatever, when it comes to like the other item I showed you, so I recommend this. Now the next thing that I recommend is this white noise, and I love this. Isn't this so cute? It's a little elephant. But this is also, it projects through this right here, and it projects to the ceiling and it shows like stars, and it also plays white noise and lullabies for the baby, so it helped them sleep a little longer and be soothed and kind of just, you know, knock out all the extra noise, because I have 2 boys and they do make a lot of noise sometimes when she sleep. So I tend to play this to, you know, just knock all that noise out so she could be fine during the time that she sleep. But I really love this, and I like the fact that it projects to the ceiling with the stars and stuff, because it helps with their eyes and their movement, so they can just notice shapes and, you know, sounds and so forth. So I definitely would recommend something like this. My son, I know you probably see like things on it, but my son, he got a hold of it and just started drawing on it for some reason. I don't even know how he did that, but you know, it's still cute. As far as bath time goes, I love this item that they created. It's not, I feel like when you have a newborn and you trying to wash them up, sometimes it could be difficult because you're trying to deal with the water and the pressure and then washing them up and holding them at the same time. So they created this little flower bomb thing. It's so pretty. I'm gonna put the picture right here, but it's just so cute, and you put it in your sink and it, you know, looks like a blooming flower. And the baby, I had her in there when she was a newborn, and I placed her a certain way and she didn't fall. It doesn't fill up unless you close the sink. So sometimes I would run the water and just let it keep going as I was washing her up, so I know the temperature would stay the same. And I would just wash her up in it, and she would just be chilling, and it didn't bother her. She was comfortable, and I actually would recommend that for newborns up until they start, you know, learning how to roll over a little bit and can turn themselves. I wouldn't put them in that after that. It's just so cute, and it's just so convenient, and I have all my stuff laid out on the side, and I wouldn't have to hold her as I'm washing her because she would be, you know, set in the little flower, and I would just wash her up and go, and she would be good, and she wasn't uncomfortable, and the thing didn't fill up it with water, so I wouldn't have to worry about her sliding down, you know, anything like that. And it was just amazing. I like that, and I would definitely recommend that to moms who, you know, want to use it for the first 3 months of the infant life. Now, the next thing that I wanted to recommend is humidifier. Now, I moved into a new home. When we moved here, it was a lot of dust, and I had to do a lot of cleaning. And because of that, it kind of made me and everybody else in the house stuffy. So I ended up finding this humidifier from Babies R Us. Rest in peace to Babies R Us. But yes, I brought a humidifier for my baby, and I think this is good for, you know, anybody, but for the first 3 months, you know, with the baby developing and so forth, I thought this was a great thing to purchase, and I'll put a picture here. And it helped also when I dealt with my daughters, like, you know, with getting the boogers out and stuff. It kind of limited as much as I had to do with that, because I noticed that when we first moved here, that was the cause of her getting stuffy a lot. So I purchased that, and that helped to keep, you know, the air from being too dry for her and so forth. And I think that's a great product to have in your first, you know, months of life with your baby, because it keeps you and your baby, you know, that dry air that just gets you stuffy and so forth. But yes, a humidifier, I definitely think that's a good purchase. The next thing I think that is really good is a breast pump. Now, like I said before, my baby is not taking anything out of a bottle. Doesn't matter what it is, but I definitely recommend a breast pump, because if you're a mom who can be able to feed out of a bottle, I think that's a great purchase. I personally got mine through insurance, but this one is the one that I use, and it has been the best thing. And definitely during the first months, I would have to feed her off of one chest, and then, you know, have to pump the other, and which is good for me. And hopefully by the time she starts eating solids and so forth, I can mix the breast milk in with her food, so, you know, my stuff won't go to waste, hopefully. So I'm praying that she'll take a bottle around her 6 months, 7 months, when she starts transitioning, and maybe try to take it out of a sippy cup. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Hopefully it's the nipple that is the reason why she won't do it, instead of just the whole thought of a bottle, period. Who knows, but we'll figure it out. But yes, I definitely would recommend that you guys get a breast pump. I think that's the best thing, especially if you're that type of mom that wants to make sure your baby is just exclusively drinking breast milk for a long period of time, like more than a year. I would definitely purchase a breast pump, because you can store, and then by the time you decide, like, I'm just tired of my baby hanging on to my nipple, you can start transitioning into breast milk that was stored. Lastly, my favorite thing for the first 3 months, I like outfits like this. I think these are too cute. And they go with my headbands over there, whatever one I match with it. But I think these are so easy. Like, these are like the full body outfits, and I know they make these in boys too. I think these are perfect for infants because they already doing too much, especially in the summertime and so forth. I think these outfits are perfect for your baby because they're just easy. You just slide them over their head, snap the bottom, and they're kind of like onesies, but it's really an outfit. And I think these are perfect for like 1 to 3 months because it's more easier to deal with instead of putting an entire outfit on them. Like, you put on a onesie, you put on some pants, you put on a shirt over the onesie. It's just, that's a lot, and you want to keep it simple. You already, as a mom, are doing so much, and you just want to keep it simple. And I think outfits like these that are like a one-piece outfit for boys and for girls are just the perfect thing to get. And I definitely recommend stuff like this for you to get for your babies. Oh, I do have one more thing that I really like and I think is unique and different. Another thing that I think is really good for your first 3 months and probably furthermore, but are these bandana bibs. I don't know if you can see that, but these are perfect. You know how we have the traditional ones like these, the round ones with the snaps or the Velcro? I think these are so much more better, only because of fashion. I'm not vain, but I just love things to coordinate a little better, and these are just so much more convenient and less bulky and all over the place. Like, these don't tend to be all over the place when she wears these, and I just would really recommend these better than the traditional ones like these. Like, I would do these if she's eating or something, but mainly because I'm breastfeeding and that's all she's getting. I love these because she could, after I breastfeed, like say like in public or something like that, like this goes with her whole entire outfit, so it doesn't throw anything off, and it still catches everything and absorbs all the throw up that she obviously gonna spit up and whatnot. And I just think these are so much better. They're like a little bandana. The way they're created, it's just so cute. I love it. These are just perfect, and I would definitely recommend these bandana bibs over these traditional ones. I would get these when they're a little older and the adjustment of it is a little better than infants that are just so squeezed up and everything. You want to make sure they're comfortable and not irritated by every little thing you put on them and so forth. So I definitely would recommend these, and the snaps as well, because Velcro tends to get attached to the back of their hair and so forth. So I think the snaps are a little more convenient for the baby, so it won't pull out their hair or get attached to their clothes in a way that you don't want to, and then you have to pull and tug. I just think the snap ones are better. But yes, I definitely recommend these bandana bibs over the traditional ones. And the last thing, which is probably not least, but the last thing I always recommend is having like a little receiving blanket. I think these are important, especially for newborns, when you pass them on to like different people that are loved ones in your life. You tell people stop wearing perfume and certain types of things when they come around your baby, but they're not going to listen. They're going to do what they want to do. So I definitely would recommend like receiving blankets, because my children's grandparents, they love to smell good, and they got their own lives and what for. So I always throw these at them and be like, here, take this and then take the baby, because when they give them back to me, they smell just like them. And I be like, oh God, now I gotta go get them a bath and wash this away. And when she was first born, they would hold her without these things, and she would break out so bad on the side of her face, or whichever way they was holding them. And it used to frustrate me so much because they would not listen to me when I say take this blanket. But yeah, make sure you always have one of these on you when you sharing the love of your beautiful child with everybody. And I also have another thing that I think is very important, especially if you're a mom like me that's kind of on the go and like to go to different festivals and events and so forth, and you have to take your baby with you. I would recommend this. This is a carrier. This is like the best thing that I could ever get because I love the stroller. It's good when I'm in the mall or, you know, in an open space. But when you go to, like, you know, a state fair or a flea market or something and so forth, I think this is better because it's so many people, it's congested, and you just want to get by. And this has worked better for me. Also, when I'm walking around the house sometimes, I did get the cloth like wrap for my daughter when she was first born, and I liked it. I really did. But for some reason, it just always was loosening, and my fear was that I wouldn't be paying attention and it would loosen too much and she would slip out. So I decided to not move forward with it and just kept continuing with the carrier, and it's been working for me so far. Yeah, it's just, I would definitely recommend that for you, for your infant, for the first 3 months and even so forth, because it's just more convenient than pushing the stroller, in my opinion. The stroller is still necessary and I have one, but I definitely would recommend the carrier more. If you don't mind carrying the extra weight on you, I would recommend that when you're in settings where you're going to be like moving really quickly and you're going to be around a lot of people and it's just not going to be enough space to push a stroller. I would definitely recommend a carrier. That is everything that I have that I love for the first 3 months. I think majority of the things that I said you can use beyond the first 3 months, but I definitely think that those items are perfect for the first 3 months when it comes to adjusting to a baby and so forth. I think those are amazing. I hope you guys enjoy everything that I showed you. I hope it was helpful. I'll try to link certain things down below. You know, if you like to purchase something that you need for your baby. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, this is a community that's growing and information that is growing. And I would love to see you next time. Don't forget to hit the bell because you're notified right away when I upload a new video. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.